Do you watch the NFL today? And are you like, man, I wish I could go back and be an NFL player right now, because now height doesn't matter. The ability to move outside the pocket is a plus where it might have not been.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were in the era of the big, strong 6'4", 6'5", rocket arm quarterback, and you had the skills that now when you look today, you're like, hey, Kyler Murray, Doug Flutie, like these guys kind of look the same.
I'm a little jealous of what's going on right now with the spread offenses. It makes it a lot easier for a smaller guy to be successful and run the quarterback draw, not quarterback draw, but quarterback runs, design runs, zone reads, all that stuff. And that was the offense we ran in Canada for 8 years. When we were up in Canada in the 90s, we were empty backfields, quarterback design runs. Damon Allen, Marcus Allen's younger brother, was playing at Edmonton. And I was watching film, and Damon was eyeing the backside defensive end. And if he chases, he'd pull, because you ran your run game out of the gun.
Right.
He'd see that, feel it, pull, and take off. So I started doing it. And then when I did it, I added a route to the outside in case they came off the edge. I just dumped the ball. So the
You invented the RPO.
We were running RPOs 94, 93.
That's crazy. And it's crazy how that's the frustrating thing as a football fan. Sometimes you'll see things where you're like, why didn't anyone do this earlier? Like, people are so slow to adapt in football sometimes.
But see, especially the NFL.
Right.
They want to know something works before they try it. The amazing thing for us was it wasn't in a playbook. We would call zone strong to one side or the other, and then the quarterbacks, because up there we had a lot more leeway. You know, I don't know. The offensive coordinators weren't as intense as by the book. So we would eye things and, hey, I like this. So boom, he goes, I'm pulling it, I take off. Hey, you know what? The guy came off you last time. Next time, just turn around and look for the ball. If he comes, you look for the ball. And it was as simple as that we were doing. Anytime I'd call a quarterback draw, I'd put a wide receiver screen to the field and have the backside guy run a man route. In case it was all out blitz and a man coverage, I'd throw the man-to-man route. If it was zone, I'd run the quarterback draw. If it was zone blitz, I'd throw it out here to that screen. And like I said, it wasn't in writing in a playbook.
Right.
It was just, so now you get to the NFL and you're doing this stuff. They have to draw it up against every defense and put it in the playbook for, 3-4, 4-3, over fronts, blitzes, zone blitz, so make sure we can block every look and what we're going to do, and they got to have rules. Mm-hmm. It's like, just go play football.
Right.
Yeah. So by that token, when you went to the NFL, were you a little bit hesitant? Were you thinking like maybe your style of play actually, maybe they were right, maybe it's not going to translate?
When I first came in the NFL, I tried to be a drop back passer and do things the way they wanted it done, for sure. I still moved out of the pocket and took off and made plays. We ran naked bootlegs and things like that. Then I went to Canada for 8 years, and it rekindled my confidence about believing what I do well. Mm-hmm. Believe that, hey, go ahead and run the quarterback design runs. I throw these particular routes really well. Don't call the other stuff. Mm-hmm. And because I was calling a lot of my own plays, I didn't think it was rocket science. I didn't think I was any more talented than the next guy. But I kept putting myself in a position to be successful because I wouldn't call things I don't like and wouldn't call things that I didn't do well. And when you got back to the NFL, I was much more persistent in saying, hey, this is the stuff I want to run. Yeah. Can we focus on this, focus on that? I don't like this, I like that. And being a little more involved in the game plan.
So what you just mentioned, I think, is a big issue with the NFL is you see a lot of times coaches will fail because they have a system, they draft a guy, and they're like, well, you're just going to do my system. Whereas like Lamar Jackson, they just overhauled their entire offense to fit his strengths. So it's kind of also fit where if you can kind of luck of the draw. If you get a coaching staff that will play to your strengths, you're off and running, and if not, you might be screwed.
I mean, that's the way it is especially with football. You've got to have a supporting cast, and you've got to have a coach that believes you and puts you in a situation to be successful. And everyone has the guys would not get drafted where they get drafted if they didn't have some kind of unbelievable talent at a certain thing. The problem in the NFL becomes, though, once you show what you do well, the Bill Belichick's of the world are going to take that away and make you beat me another way. Mm-hmm. We're going to make you throw that deep comeback on the weak side, and you've got to throw or the wide side, whatever it might be, or hey, you got a heck of a tight end, we got to take him away, beat us with your third receiver type stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's where you have to be able to adjust. You have to be good at everything. You can be great at this. So that makes them have to stop something, but you got to be good at everything.